This is Made for More Productions. My name is Brodie-Mends, and I have the privilege of sitting here with Mr. Joey Harris. Thank you for coming on this show.
Thank you for having me.
Great. Well, Joe Harris is a local artist from Detroit, Michigan. He's 22 years old, and he's aspiring to be a writer. So I'm just gonna ask some questions. So here we go. What made you want to be an artist?
I was born with the talent of sound. I learned my first rap song when I was 3. It was by Tupac and Dr. Dre. It's called California Love. I think that's what kick-started my inspiration. But I've always had music ringing in my ears. You know what I mean? So I can't ignore it. You know what I mean?
That's great. So, what artists inspire you?
You mean like now or?
Both.
Okay. I'll say Michael Jackson, Prince, Jay-Z, Nas, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, The Temptations. I mean, the list goes on. Like, it doesn't stop. Inspirations.
Okay. So what about these artists make you want to create good music? I mean, they're great artists that you've already mentioned, but what is it that you take away from all of them?
I just think it's the element that they bring to the culture. You know what I mean? Their writing is timeless. That inspires me to add to the culture, to write something timeless.
So what makes you different from all these rappers?
I just think it's how I take things in, how I learn things, and how I put it into perspective in my own creative way. I don't know. It just comes down to artistry. You know what I mean? So, my creativity. I don't really talk about it a lot, but creativity differentiates me from other artists.
In what ways?
I just think it's like originality. That's what it is. It's just like most people aren't original because they see something happening and they want to just follow suit. Like, okay, if I do something like that, then my next thing is that person. But originality is what keeps you everlasting. People know you, come back to you. They want to stay fans. Originality.
Okay. How do you wish to inspire the culture with the racial events that have occurred recently? Like, for instance, like Ferguson or the SAE that happened at OU. Like, what is your stance on that?
Man, I just want people to love more. You know what I mean? I just want to inspire people to not only love other people more, but love themselves more. You know what I mean? Like, if you love yourself more, if you love yourself enough, then a lot of this stuff would not be going on. With more love, you know what I'm saying? I feel like personally, that's the answer to all things. Self-love, respect. You know what I mean? It's just like holding grudges is what keeps people down. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff that happened was like 400 something years ago. You know what I'm saying? We still acting like it's still going on today. Privately, it is. You know what I mean? Like behind closed doors. But we gotta be the bigger people. Reacting how we are. It's not solving anything. It's just adding more gasoline to the fire.
So the term rapper has a very negative connotation, especially in today's society. Like when you think of a rapper nowadays, it's like they're almost violent or explicit, especially in their lyrics, or even so much as like almost like uncivilized, like they just walk to the beat of their own drum. So, like, how are you different from the stereotype that is being placed upon the term rapper?
I mean, I just don't do rapper things.
What are rapper things?
Explicit, like X-rated or whatever you want to, however you want to put it. I just don't do rapper things like monkey wild stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a humble cat. You know what I mean? I got a good head on my shoulders. I think that's also, as a person, not just as a rapper, like you as a person also differentiates you from other artists. Who you are as a person outside of the gimmick or the artistry. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Has a lot to do with it. Even with your lyrics, like
Even with my material, even with that.
Okay, for those who don't know you, what song would you recommend them to listen to?
I would say Impatient, my song Impatient, the latest song that I just dropped, because it's more versatile than anything that I've done. Or if not that, then Let's Not Take It There. It's too late.
So, how has your upbringing shaped the music that you create?
I just think I'm more disciplined in what I put down. I've been disciplined a lot coming up in my home. I didn't really have. I had a man in my life, but I didn't really see him as a father figure because it was my stepdad. Not knowing who my dad is, so it's just like I don't want to follow this guy. He's not my dad. You know what I mean? So, I just think it just kept me disciplined and centered and very private. I grew up a private kid, quiet kid. So that has a lot to do with what I write.
Because of like the privacy that you had to deal with like growing up, you feel like that has shaped.
Yeah, because like I didn't really have a lot of people to run to. Like when I would go through things, I didn't really see my dad as that, that person to vent to. The only person I had was my mom, and I didn't really talk to her about a lot until I got older. So I would just write it down. And music was my escape. You know what I mean? When I went through things, music was, or writing was what I went to.
Okay. So, what should we expect from you in the upcoming year?
Expect me to be in the background of a lot of things. I'm going to be executive producing a lot of projects. Writing for some people, producing for some people, featuring with some people. I will have an album coming out next year or 2017. Don't really know yet. Don't really have any information. I just want to say that. Yeah, just expect me to be working. You'll see me a lot.
That's really good. So, like, I rummaged through your SoundCloud, which everybody should watch, by the way. Listen, by the way. You have an album called Lost Times.
Right.
That was brilliant music. I want to know, what was your thought process on making that album, Lost Times?
For me, it was just coming to terms with a lot of things, getting over my past, talking about some things that I wouldn't normally talk about in conversations like this, you know what I mean?
Okay, so for those who don't know where to get your music, where would you take them to go listen to Lost Times, to Impatient, where?
SoundCloud.com /Joey Satie.
Can you tell me that one more time?
SoundCloud.com /Joey Satie.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so the last segment before we're done with this interview, we want people to hear what you have, so what song are you going to let us hear today?
I think I'll do a piece of Imagine.
Okay, can you tell us about Imagine really quickly before you do it?
Imagine was just me like talking about a kid being lost, me being that kid, but a kid being lost and being stereotyped as an African American rapper or just an African American male, and just knowing that he has the power of God in him, and if he just uses his imagination, he can do or be anything he wants.
It's really beautiful. Okay, so here we go. We're about to hear Joey Harris do Imagine.
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder sometimes how I can still even have this much love in my heart. Cause where I'm from, the hearts are cold and there's no love you can find. I was lucky as a youngin' to fall in love with the rhymes. Or blessed, I should say. It's crazy, I came a long way. I still got some ways to go, I still make my mistakes. I don't know why you put your time and energy into hate, but whatever you need to do to get yourself through the day, be my guest. I guess I'm supposed to be a statistic, cause most black men around my age are addicted to robbing and killing, slanging dope and doing women like this the way of living, then pay the price of half their life in a prison. You look at me, you shouldn't see that. You look at me, you should see that I'm trying to be where the peace at, where a dream never dies, where it's everlasting belief at. I see that only when I sleep. Peace.